These are my top 10 biggest buyer mistakes that Denver Metro buyers need to avoid. Hey, what's up? My name is Annalise Kurowski. I'm a real estate agent with JPAR Modern Real Estate, and I love helping buyers and sellers. And if you think buying and selling a home is hectic, it does not need to be when working with me. In no particular order, let's jump right in. Number one is not having a buyer's agent. I could not stress this enough, but if you're going into one of the biggest financial investments you're ever going to make for the majority of us, and you don't have an expert guiding you through the process, what are you doing? There's so much responsibility on that buyer's agent, whether it be negotiations, contracts, disclosures, title insurance, just all the due diligence that needs to happen. You need an agent on your side. They also have so many vendors that they have firsthand experiences with. When you need a plumber, when you need a home inspector, when you need an HVAC guy, you need anybody, they have them, and you don't have to look for yourself. You need to walk into that closing table feeling super confident about every little thing that happened in the process, and know that if there's going to be a roadblock, that you have an agent to fix it for you while you're busy at work. Number two, this one I hope is a little bit more widely known, but please get pre-approved before you start shopping. I need real numbers. I don't need a fake budget. I don't need something that you went online and calculated with an online calculator. I don't care that your Credit Karma says you have an 800 credit score. I need to know real numbers from an accredited, licensed professional, and a lender is going to give you that information. That helps me because we won't waste time. Let's say you tell me without a lender's approval that you are approved for $700,000. Cool. I show you a bunch of homes and you get to, let's say, your fifth home, and it's your dream home. You love it. Everything checks every single box. So I tell you, if you want to make an offer, I need a lender letter. So you go to your lender and you start getting your pre-approval done, and it's taking a little bit longer than you thought because you are self-employed, and self-employed takes a little bit longer. And I have to give you a call and tell you, crap, it's already taken. Someone already put an offer in and it's accepted. Then you're out of luck. Or number two can happen, and you tell me $700,000, we see homes, you find your perfect one, you'll get pre-approved, and you're not pre-approved for $700,000, you're pre-approved for $600,000, and does that make a huge difference? So now you saw all these homes you thought you could have at $700,000, but really now you have to go down to $600,000, and you're gonna be missing all of those things because that $100,000 is a huge difference here in Colorado, let me tell you. So please go get pre-approved. If you need a recommendation for a lender, please drop a comment down below and I will contact you and give you my favorite lender that helps me. Number three, this is so easy. You could literally pause the video right now and go do it, is open a high yield savings account. If you are saving with your down payment or just closing costs in general, and you have even 3 months, a year, 2 years on the line, you could be putting it in a high yield savings account instead of your Chase checking or your Wells Fargo or whatever, and you can be making interest. It's free money in your pocket to help you pay for a home. So please pause the video if you don't have it already and go get a high yield savings account. Number four is waiting too long to buy. Now, every real estate agent is going to tell you that now is the time to buy, and whether or not that's true, it really depends on the market. But the last time that prices have really dropped, it's been a while. It's only been like 4 times in the last 60 years. And I'm going to put a graph and the dates so that you don't think I'm making that up. But the combination of rates dropping and prices dropping is dangerous waters for buyers that don't have a ton of cash. If you need to ask for concessions for closing costs or anything of the sort, you might not be a really strong buyer when rates drop and interest rates drop. You're going to be down at the bottom of the pile compared to buyers that have a ton of cash, that don't have to ask for concessions, have a larger down payment, and that listing agent deems them a more valuable buyer and hoping that that contract is going to slide all the way through to closing. Number five is really going to be great for you buyers that are waiting for prices to drop. Buy in the wintertime. It is my top trick. I like to tell my buyers when they say they want to buy in the spring, no, you want to buy in the winter, because prices basically drop anywhere from 5 to 7% here in Denver Metro, which is absolutely amazing. And the buyer competition is much lower. So like sellers are really looking to get rid of their properties because the holidays, and they don't have the time to worry about having their house in the market. And if they're not living in it, they're paying an extra mortgage. So definitely buy in the winter. Number six is thinking that you could get a huge deal just because you deem that that price in your head is what the house is worth. Now, when agents are pricing homes, they use things called CMAs. And if you are working with an agent and they've never given you one, then you need to switch agents, because a CMA is a comparable market analysis where the agent will take your subject property and find 5, 10 plus homes that fit specifically to that property that can be compared. Now, I usually try to start with a quarter radius around that subject property, and I'll go out by a quarter if I can't find any that have been sold in the last 1 month to 3 months. And every time that you can't find something that's sold, obviously you go further and further out. But the closer we can get to compare that price that that house is sold for is really, really important. And we're not talking about just like the basics of the home. We're talking about updates. We're talking about square footage, price per square foot, all of those things so that you know that you're getting a deal. Now, if you think that, I don't know, I think this house needs new hardwood floors, well, we're going to take $40,000 off the purchase price. That's not really how this works. I'm really sorry. Trust your agent, because you're listening to me and you're getting an agent. Trust your agent when they do the work and they do the research to tell you that what they think you should offer on the home. At the end of the day, it's 100% up to the buyer. Like, this is your money, this is your investment. But please, your real estate expert is supposed to be guiding you in the right direction to make sure you have a deal. Number 7 is setting realistic expectations. Now, that sounds a little broad, but when you are walking into a home and you're doing your first showing, your second showing, think of what you're looking at as that final product that you're purchasing. Now, if you are looking at the home and you're loving it and you're seeing no problems, then that's great. But don't expect, if you find like little paint chips or little things wrong with the place, and don't put out of your head the whole inspection thing and inspection repairs. We're talking about little nicks and scratches and little updates. Do not expect when you walk into that home for all of those things to be fixed. You are buying what you originally saw. Now, if there are major system problems and safety concerns and anything else, that your really good agent can get a deal for you through the inspection objection process and an inspection resolution, let's take that out of the picture here for a second. But unless you are getting a new build where you walk around your final walkthrough and put blue tape on every little nick and scratch and little thing that's wrong so that the builder can fix it, if that's what you're buying a new build, you can do that. But if you're buying a resale, that's not the case here. So please set your expectations in realistic parameters. Number 8 really irks me, but it is that do not listen to his estimate. Zillow is not sending out their personalized appraisers, looking through the home, looking at the updates, and giving a price online. Zestimate is just an algorithm. When we go back to talking about a CMA takes into account any upgrades, new roof, anything like that that's been done that is not accounted for when it comes to a Zestimate. And this is really important when we're talking about homes that haven't been updated as well, because that Zestimate may say it's much higher. Now, if you are using the Zestimate to see what your personal home's evaluation is, please let me put you on HomeBot, because that will give you every month a actually realistic expectation for what your home value is. Number 9, I tell all of my clients this, and it's really important to me because I want people to be really happy after they've purchased their home, but please do not purchase at the top of your budget. If you are purchasing at the top of your budget, you're not going to have any money left over for anything like emergency things. And we're not talking about life emergency things. We're talking about home unexpected costs. If you're buying at the top of your budget and you add on your car payment and you add on insurance and you add on that trip you have to go on for your cousin's wedding and you have to add on all these things, and then, your sump pump broke and now your basement's flooded, what are you going to do if you don't have any cash? Buying a little bit below your budget, even if it's like $30,000 to $50,000, it helps a ton by helping you save money so that you could have the money and not have the stress that comes with having these unexpected repair costs happen. And my last and final, number 10, I know it's gonna get a lot of heat. I know I'm gonna hear it. I know I'm gonna hear it. But please do not listen to the phrase, date the rate, marry the house. I know I said it, and lenders are going to be probably really irritated with me, but please marry the house. Definitely marry the house, but do not date the rate, okay? Because if you can't afford your payment at the current interest rate and you're just planning, everyone told me that interest rates are going to drop after the election. I'd love to see it. I would love to be wrong. I would love to be wrong and for interest rates to take a drop and you get to refinance. That is the absolute perfect situation. But don't bank on it. Make sure that when you are locking into your loan and your lender is saying, all right, this is your interest rate, that you aren't expecting that rates are going to drop. When they drop, amazing, you can refinance. But don't be making this in your head believe that the rates are going to drop and it's going to be more comfortable for you. Don't worry about it. Just worry about your current payment and your current interest rate where it is right now. If you have listened to this video and fast forward a couple months and you have used an agent and you purchased in the winter, you didn't date the rate, you were comfortable with your current rate, you had realistic expectations, you didn't buy the top of your budget, so you have money for unexpected repairs and costs that come with a home, and you save all that money in a high yield savings account, please like, comment, subscribe below. If you learned anything and this helped you out, please watch my next video, and I hope you come back for more. Bye.